Hello, you lovely lot. So today I have a slightly different video to normal, but I think you guys are going to really like it. So as a lot of you guys know, I've been editing for a long time now. About a year ago, I put out my biggest and best video ever called Elemental 2, which I edited myself, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. If you haven't, you're missing out. But that video, little did I know at the time, was a huge turning point for me. After the incredible feedback I received on that video, I decided I wanted to start really honing in on my editing skills. And I decided I really wanted to hone my skills by doing commission edits for other people, which in turn led to a pretty steady income for me over the last 12 months alongside my part-time job. So I thought today it'd be a really cool idea to go back over the edits I've produced over the last year and just watch them together and see how much I have improved, see how I've progressed. We're going to watch all of my edits I've produced over the last 12 months, and I'm going to explain to you the decisions I made during the edit in certain points and, you know, things I wish I'd done differently now looking back on it and all that sort of stuff. And a lot of these videos I haven't actually watched since I finished the edit. I sort of, you know, especially the client edits, I'd sort of finish the edit, send it off, and then that's it. Watch it when it goes up on their channel, and then that's it. I'm done with it. So it's going to be really interesting to look back and see what I would do differently now. People often say you have to be your own worst critic, and I am ready to tear my own work to shreds. So here we are with Elemental 2. As I said, this at the time was definitely the best edit I'd ever produced, and it still is to this day my biggest and best video that I have ever produced at my own project. I spent weeks on this, and I really wanted to make it as perfect as I possibly could with the skills that I had at the time. So let's go ahead and just watch it together, and I'll tell you my thoughts as we go through. See, the first thing I noticed there with the intro cinnies, and the cinnies themselves are really nice, but they don't flow nicely into each other that much. Like, the flow's just not quite there. Oh, that purple glow looks so shit. It's actually mad, because I love this project. I still have so much pride for this project, but looking back at it now, there's so many things about the edit that I would change. Right, that right there. This is something that unfortunately you're going to see quite a lot. I learned how to do this really clean, really simple transition using S-Blurmo curves. And unfortunately, because for some reason in my head, it would be a good idea to edit all of the fucking project in 1080p. Like, the actual project I was editing in was 1080p, and then I would render it in 1440, because obviously YouTube being YouTube, it has to be 1440p, otherwise it looks like dog shit. But you end up with this weird like screen pump like transition where it just goes off to the side. It's not even centered because of the resolution. And like, it just would have looked so much better if I didn't do that. See, that I'm still really proud of. To this day, I'm still really proud of this, because there's actually like a way longer gap between this kill and that triple, but that like fade out and that fade back in just masks it entirely. It makes it look so much cleaner and so much smoother. It looks so much nicer, and it looks like it belongs like that as well. Like, cutting out dead space between shots is genuinely something that can be really difficult. Oh, I love that cine, bro. Oh, that will always be my favorite MW cine I've ever done. That as well, I love the way I transitioned from this clip into the next one. I literally spent about half an hour trying to get this perfect, and it still isn't as perfect as it would have been if I do it now. But that turn, when he turns back after hitting the 6-on, then he turns into this clip. Oh, yes. Bam. What a video, man. But yeah, that was Elemental 2. Overall, there's definitely a lot of things I would have changed about this project, but I still have a hell of a lot of pride for everything I created and everything I did during this project. I think overall, it was pretty great. So after that was my first ever client edit, which was Guys on his response for the TR clan tag. I can't remember what tournament that was. I think it might have been Cracker's tournament. I don't even remember whose tournament it was. It was some tournament or another. So this was my first ever client edit where I had a deadline, and it was like soon. I had like a, you know, less than a week to edit it, because obviously the deadline for the tournament that was going on and stuff like that. And I definitely felt the pressure in this project to get it all done in time and make it look good. And I wasn't particularly proud of this edit, but I don't think it was a bad edit either. Oh, here. Oh, that mask. Dude, it took me ages to do that. You know, when I did that, I thought it looked way better. I could definitely do it a lot better now. I know that much. Oh, that TV sim looks so shit. So next is Jim's Lunar Tear montage. I edited the first part. He commissioned me to edit the first part. He was like, here's 3 Paramore songs, pick one and go with it. Here's some clips. And I was like, sweet. Starting to get a little bit of shake on the cinematics now. Cinematics are starting to flow together slightly better. Oh, that's a nice cine. The sync was nice. Yeah, I nailed the sync in this. And I nailed the BO2 cineas as well. Honestly, I feel like all I've edited recently is Cold Wars. The effects weren't great, the flow wasn't amazing, but in this edit, the sync and cineas are definitely there. Florasion. So this was the client edit I did for the man Yeash. He was a pretty good Cold War player. There are a lot of clips in this video that were really, really difficult to edit, I remember. One thing that I'm still very proud of to this day with this edit is the color correction. Yeah, see, the cities flow way nicer from one into the other. That's a good city. Oh, the sync. Oh, yeah. This isn't bad. Oh, this clip was horrible to edit. And that, oh my God. I totally forgot. So Yeash, for some reason, wanted me to put a random BO2 clip in the middle of this, in the middle of a Cold War video. And I thought it'd be a good idea to transition from a Cold War raid clip to a BO2 raid clip by using this cinematic, where I mask outside of the art room is a Cold War cine. Inside of the art room is actually a BO2 cine, and I masked the doorway and like masked the 2 cines together. I got like identical cines on both games and then masked the 2 together to look like it transitions from Cold War to BO2. This is starting to get good. Started to get good at RGB there as well a little bit. Started experimenting with it a little bit. I feel like my sync started getting really, really good in this project. Same with my Cold War cinematics. Jesus. It should have been a very quick edit I was doing for a guy named Sterling, because he wanted me to use jungle. I'd never edited to jungle before. I'd listened to jungle. I enjoy listening to jungle music, but I'd never edited to anything like this before. And I thought it was really out of my comfort zone, and I really wanted to try something different. And I actually ended up really loving what I did with this edit. Cineas are flowing nice. That is a gorgeous cine. I still love that cine so much. Started using overlays a bit more. Mid-clip cinematics that just flow nicely. Oh, I love that cinematic so much. Oh, yeah. The sync is there. The flow is nice. And then there I go. Using Twixtor for the first time in ages and actually managing to make it look good. I was very proud of that edit when I did it. Oh, now next we have a personal favorite of mine. Deano is a good friend of mine, and this montage is unlike anything anyone has ever seen, and I was so happy to be the editor for this project. There he is, bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's not the best flow in this edit, but a lot of that is genuinely down to the fact that a lot of the clips are hit on musical instruments, and therefore the clips don't really have much movement. And if the clips don't have a lot of movement, then it's hard to flow movement-wise from one clip to the next. The scope transition, the first time I'd ever done a scope transition. I'm still so proud of that. That clip makes me smile so much. The absolute joy on Deano's face, man. So next up, we have my part of the Teamtage before Dissentient 2, which was a Sin Teamtage. The edit was all to one song, which was really strange for me because starting a project mid-song is just a very, very strange thing. But once you get past the first couple of clips and you get your flow sorted, you sort of figure out where you are and you're like, oh, okay, I can do this. Sync on point. Nice flow. Man, I want to edit more COD 4 clips. COD 4 clips are always so nice to edit. Oh, wait here for it. Wait for it. That sound effect I'm still proud of to this day. This clip was 30 FPS. Hated editing it so much. I'm still proud of that glitch overlay. I feel like I used it really well. That's where I started to get better with TV Simulator. And just like that, it's not my part anymore. Mid-song, it changes into, I think, I actually think Sean had the third part of the song. But yeah, I'm still proud of that video. Next up, we have the big boy. My favorite video I've ever had the pleasure of editing. It's also my best edit. And I'm just so happy to have worked on this project with Maro because I love it. I really, really do. I know there's a million things in this that I would change now, but still, there's a lot of things in this that I'm very proud of. The main things I'm proud of, the Cold War cinematics. The cinematics look really, really good. Yeah, man, I love that cinematic. There's so many cinematics. There's so many parts in this video that I really, really, really love. That's cine. You guys have no idea how hard it is to get a cine like that on Cold War. First-person cinematics. I decided I wanted to do some first-person cinematics in that little section, and I'm really glad I did. They're kind of an old-school thing. I feel like there are things sort of lost in time now, but I was proud of it. Yeah, buddy. This next cine you're about to see. Take another summer in this place. Everyone in this oh, I'm still so proud of that cinematic. This song, I really wanted to pick up the pace and start adding a lot of mid-clip cinematics to sort of emphasize how fast the clip was and how many people he was killing because they were just respawning and coming back and respawning and coming back. Still my favorite part of the video. The seagull cinematic with the seagull noise. This closing section is still some of the best the best editing I have ever done. And I'm really looking forward to having another big project where I can go ham like this again. But man, I mean this clip. Oh God. I feel like the sync was just perfect in this part. I couldn't have done it better if I tried. I even synced him getting stunned into the scope transition, and then this is just, oh, it just flows so well. It's just so punchy and you know, when an edit's just you know, finally learnt the direction of camera is important. Yeah, I'm still so proud of it. The next 3 edits, I did all 3 of them in a week, and they were all for the same clan tag. They were all responses for the same clan tag, the same tournament, and I had a week to do 3 edits. I was stressed out of my mind. I did not enjoy it, and I don't think the edits I produced were bad, but man, if I had had just one to edit, it would have turned out way, way nicer. It was during editing these 3 projects for this tournament that I realized that I prefer editing controller clips to K-BAM clips. I know that's a weird preference to have, but the aim is way more jerky a lot of the time when it comes to K-BAM players and K-BAM clips, and you know, understandably too, you have more control over your aim. But I realized that editing controller clips definitely felt a lot smoother. Yeah, this close is nutty though. Probably the saddest split I have ever seen. I've really enjoyed editing to this song. This clip was hard to edit. I remember this. Daze is such a joker, man. Normally Grizz clips like this, like gun game clips, are really hard to edit, but I really enjoyed editing that one. Guys, the Barrett King. I feel like the cities went pretty hard in that bit. I had to cut out a missed shot there, and it was imperative that I made sure you couldn't see it was a missed shot at the time, man. So next up, this is a pretty recent one. This is a client edit I did for a guy called Shadow, and the clips in this video, as you guys will see, the FOV was really low. You guys, this guy plays on a really low FOV. So when I first started editing this video, I found it really, really strange to get used to that. But despite that, and the fact that most of his clips were with a Barrett, I feel like I did a pretty good job at making his clips look a lot prettier than they actually were. And Yeah, I'm genuinely pretty proud of this project. I feel like the cine flow was great, the sync flow was great. I feel like my plugins and effects on this video were a lot better than they had been recently as well. So I feel like this edit flows so nicely. I've started to absolutely fall in love with chromatic aberration as well, the uni plugin. Oh man, you can do so much with that plugin, it's unbelievable. I love it. I think chromatic aberration and film glow are some of the most OP plugins that you can get access to in editing in any editing software. Oh, I remember in this edit as well, I was using custom gun sounds that I'd made myself from the original raw gun sounds from the game, and then I changed them about a bit, changed the EQ about a bit, make them sound a bit beefier. Oh, those two cines, those three cines, all look beautiful. I'm still so proud of those. Yeah, not a bad one. So the next and final edit I've produced in the last 12 months so far is this QB response for prop. And this was this week just gone. And I had to pretty much redo the entirety of this edit in about a day. And I was stressed out of my mind. But despite that, I genuinely feel like I created a really, really good edit for this project. Sync's on point. You can see how much better the sync is now. The death cines. Yeah, the cines flow so well into each other now. It's incredible to see how much better this is compared to, you know, what it was at the start of the video. That clip was really hard to edit. There were so many missed shots I had to cut out. Same with that one. Hide it with a city. When in doubt, hide it with a city. Cool. Oh, and that transition into that city is nice too. The super fast sync in these clips. It was difficult to achieve, but made it work. I really wish he'd come out of the scope as he hit that triple head. It would have looked so much cleaner. So yeah, that is how I have improved, how much I have improved, and that is my progression over the last 12 months of me editing. There's a lot of stuff I still want to improve on, but I think overall I've improved a hell of a lot as an editor, and it still feels like every edit I produce I'm still super proud of, and I'm more proud of each edit that I do. It still feels like I'm learning more and more with every edit I produce, which I think is just an amazing feeling. I think I never want to not feel like that. If I produce an edit, I want to feel like it's in some way better than the last one, or that I've at least learned 2 or 3 new things since the last one. So if you've watched this far into the video, then I know you must have really quite enjoyed it. So if you could do me a massive favor and drop a like for me, I would greatly appreciate that. And that about wraps it up. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's pretty great to see how far I've come over the last 12 months and know that I've still got a lot farther to go, but I know where I want to be in another year's time. So it's a good feeling. Also, I've recently created a second YouTube channel, which is going to be the home of my YouTube shorts, montage reactions, and pretty much any other content I make that I don't really feel like fits onto this channel. So if you go down into the description, you'll see a link for it. Just head on over, subscribe to that. Starting on Monday, I'll be posting to that channel daily with YouTube shorts. And if you're new here on this channel, then feel free to sub. We're currently coming up at 1.1 thousand subscribers, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, I post videos every week over here. It's good fun. Thank you again for watching. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.